20mm anti-tank rifle. So just for comparison's sake, today I brought out a Barrett M82A1. This thing has a 20-inch barrel and is chambered in 50 BMG, which is a gigantic round. But this gun, compared to the Solartherm, looks like a deer rifle. This thing right here weighs roughly 120 to 130 pounds. It's about 7 foot long, and it's chambered in the Solartherm 20mm round, which is 20 by 138 millimeters. Okay, so let me just show you what we're working with here. This is the Barrett 50 BMG mag, and that is not a small magazine. That is very large, but when it's compared to the Solartherm mag, I mean, it just dwarfs it. And then here's your top view, and that is a pretty big difference. So the 50 BMG mag holds 10 rounds of 50 BMG, while the Solartherm holds 8 rounds of 20mm, and it is a semi-automatic rifle. Now the 50 BMG has 660 grain rounds, while the 20 by 138mm is packing a 2,330 grain round. So now let me show you the 20 by 138mm 20mm round compared to some rounds you may be familiar with. So, here it is compared to a 22 long rifle, 50 BMG, 700 Nitro Express, that's one of the largest Safari cartridges in the world, 338 Lapua Magnum, 30-06, 223, and 9mm. And for those of you who are not around firearms that much, here is the 20mm compared to a little soup can. And here it is compared to a 12-ounce soda. And yes, it's soda, not pop, not cola, soda.
You bear the mark. You are cursed.
And if you also love Mellow Yellow as much as I do, hit that subscribe button. And if you don't like Mellow Yellow, you should hit that subscribe button anyway, because we got some good stuff. All right, it's finally time to shoot this thing, and I would be lying to you if I said I wasn't just a little bit nervous, you know, due to past events. But I am also very excited. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this firearm while we load it. So, this thing has a very, very stout spring for the recoil system. So stout, you cannot pull it back. So this thing has a little bite chain inside it and a crank. So your crank is right here, pulls out, and then you literally just start cranking it. We'll do 1, 2, 3, and now it is all the way back. But before you shoot it, you have to return this back to the starting position. So now you'll go backwards, 3 cranks, and then you're ready to go. Here's a closer look for you. That is what pulls the bolt back. A literal
I recommend you stay down.
You may be thinking this thing is going to have a tremendous amount of recoil, but sadly, I don't think it's going to. Because of weight,
finally, I may get a decent share of the purse.
Barrel, it actually tames the recoil quite a bit. That kind of makes me sad, but I still think it's going to be a blast. You have 2
Touch me again.
For your sights.
I'll kill you slow.
Have iron sights, which that just flips up, and then you have the scope here on the side, and this one is actually still crystal clear. So I'm going to put the mag in now, but we're going to have a little bit of a surprise when I do. That's one of its nifty features. As soon as you put that mag in, it's going to load the first round. But after you go through your entire 8-round mag, it will lock the bolt back and automatically eject the mag. And I'm sure you may notice that the berm looks a little bit different, and that's because we had to take extra safety precautions when shooting this gun. When it comes to rounds this
pulling
big,
some kind of trick on all of us.
you do not want to shoot at anything angled, even dirt. You need a flat surface. So, came out here with my tractor and gave my berm a facelift. Normally I would just lay on the ground, but I am oh so sweaty, and I do not want to pick up a bunch of dirt.
This ain't the key to my heart. I threw that away a long time ago.
You cannot imagine its power. God with your life.
What do I want?
We must remain vigilant. The keepers will try to thwart us at every turn.
Let's ride the lightning. Holy cow!
This is a room of secrets. Do you know what I speak of?
This is a nightmare.
Ritual. to be.
Richard,
Down there, please.
Okay,
I ain't into no business
Something.
shit.
Help me.
that is stinking awesome. I totally just fell in love. Something I failed to mention about these solar guns. You'll notice here this trigger is absolutely huge. It's actually a 2-finger trigger. Not one
Looks like
finger,
we caught a lucky
2,
break.
and it is very stout and takes a very
must
long
be taken
time
to
to
the
pull it
secret
back.
place.
So that means
Only then will
you
you have
better
the
have
means
some
to
flinch
repel the
control
enemy.
because you have to keep those sights lined
I
up
should
for
listen
quite a
to you.
while. All right.
4 must be collected.
Ignore this hole.
Only then can we
That may have
prevent
been
the
when we
destruction
were
of
making
your
sure the gun was safe. Just take a look at this hole. Spray painted a big circle here. I was aiming about here. He hit right there, and I have to tell you, that looks pretty deep. That's a big old hole. I mean, get my whole arm in there. So this gun is pretty old, and from what I understand, it has not been fired much, and ammo is not exactly easy to find. So I want to know if these rounds are good enough to actually get this thing to cycle. So I have 3 rounds, and we're going to take another whack at it. Now watch my fingers. You definitely don't want them anywhere near that bolt when it closes.
I'm starting to think being a monster has its advantages. This badge belongs to Captain Vincent. Bring it on. I ain't scared.
Holy cow, dude. Holy cow. Check the mag. Look at the ground right here where this bipod is digging into the ground. Look at this side over here. Just eating the dirt. But sadly, she not be kicking. Okay, I think I have established that the gun will function 100%. I am tired of shooting dirt. Let's just take a few shots at a few targets and see what kind of energy transfer we get out of this 20 millimeter.
Can you believe that just happened?
That mag's already out. So
They
we
are
load more
coming.
rounds.
They have already corrupted this world with their twisted malfeasance. You are chosen. You are marked. You are cursed.
I don't think this is a dream.
Kind of hard to get up on it. Honestly, I'm surprised I hit that. Shooting 1 5-gallon water
Smell like a roasted
not
turd.
enough, but we still put one heck of a whopping on that thing. Okay, I hit here and blew out the side. So I'm thinking I'm hitting a little to the left. Actually, I was wrong. Looked at the slow-mo footage. Turns out I hit to the right. So this time I'm gonna aim a little bit to the left, and I'm gonna be shooting at a 4-inch cinder block, which honestly is literally like a piece of paper to this 20 mil. Let's see if we can actually hit this thing.
The Ruby Rabbit. Each of you knows this place. What's it mean?
Yeah,
Sacrifice.
I'd say we hit it. Also, I'd say
wanna go
my
toe to
dream,
toe?
we're not in all the way. So at this distance, it looks like I am hitting about 5 inches to the right and a little low. So that time, I aimed at the edge of the cinder block and almost hit red center. We pretty much turned this to gravel, no problem. Now I'm kind of curious to how much concrete we could actually make it through with this thing, but that's for another day. I do have one more target for today's video though, and I'm pretty excited about it. So, our last target is going to answer an age-old question. What would a 20 millimeter anti-tank rifle do to a zombie? Little cicada shell. Those are always fun.
Yeah. Go for head.
Last time. Ah, such a big mag. Okay, let's see if my Kentucky windage is true. Wow!
You're gonna punch yourself out, big guy. I think that one knocked out some teeth.
Oh,
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
I'd say I hit it. So I was aiming very high and this side. So I know that my consistency with these rounds is a little bit off, but still,
We got
a lot
ammo.
of damage.
Not a moment
painted
too
this
soon.
berm, and I feel like we're about to open up a portal to another dimension from all these rounds of 20 mil hitting my berm.
We don't belong. Not here, not anywhere. Maybe you should go pick up your teeth. I don't think this thing's gonna hold them off
Let
for
me know
long.
what you thought about these 20mm solar threads in the comment section down below. And let me know what you'd like to see me do with it next.
Your world,
Really
as it
think
was,
that you were
is still here.
out of this video without getting
Many of the souls were inhabited.
Be sure and give it a like. And if you're not subscribed to Kentucky Ballistics, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
I always hated every rat bastard in this stinking show.
You
all better run.
Links to
I'm
those
looking
can
to
be found
do
in
some
the description
damage.
down below, along with a link to
Whoever told you you could
where you
fight?
can pick up a shirt that is not Christian sweat, unless you want one of Christian's.
We could use a few more like that.
For you, I don't know. I'll talk to Bunker Brady.
Only by invoking the beast.
And as always,
Find the
thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics.
explored, unexplored. You have blood on your hands. It cannot be cleansed. Your sins have allowed others to tear their way into it.
I only need to know one thing. How do I beat him?
Only the sacrifice would see their
How do we know this stuff is important?
double points.
Time to cash in.
This is it right here, folks. 117 proof. These were discontinued 2 years ago. This is the weakest I have a 4 bottles deep already, man. I said
go
we were going to be responsible. That's nice fellow whiskey. We picked some excellent barrels. They are so freaking delicious. I am back in Nashville, Tennessee. We were headed up the coast. Quick detour up to Kentucky. Figured I would stop off in Nashville on my way. Got J-Rock here again to help us. This time, though, he's on 2 legs, no wheels this time, so we should be able to get around the liquor stores. Now, he had us meet in the exact same place we started last time, but I promise you we're not going to hit all the same stores. I just happen to be staying downtown. That's where Jill wants to stay. This one's fairly convenient. So we're going to start here, then we're going to branch out. At least that's what you promised me. We're going to some different places.
Go different places today, for
All right.
sure.
I'm not a huge fan of bourbon hunting on Sunday. If I'm trying to work my way in the back, like it's always the manager's not here, we can't negotiate, we can't, we don't know about the allocator stuff. I get a lot of that. So I would rather go during a weekday if possible.
Nashville on Sunday is usually a recovery day from the weekend. A big party town. Friday night's big, Saturday nights are big. Everybody's hit downtown really hard. So everybody's just kind of recovering.
So not a big bourbon hunting day.
Not a big bourbon hunting day. It'll be pretty quiet probably. Shelves might be a little empty, but we still might find some good bottles here and there.
Let's see what we find. We're starting at Colonial Liquors. Oh, single barrel cash strength Green River. It's a good find. I've just bought 2 of them. What is this?
Cardinal Spirits.
Single barrel rye.
They're sourcing MGP, but they do good stuff.
Yeah, kind of like Dark Arts here.
Yep.
Sourcing MGP, but doing good stuff. We're on a lot of bourbon hunts, and I know I say this a lot, but we have done like stupidly with the budget the last 2 hunts. Like we paid no attention to budgeting in the last 2 hunts. I'm gonna be picky today. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna be picky. If we find something, I'll buy it. I'm gonna try to be picky today. Stable Reserve.
Franklin stuff. Haven't tried it yet, but I've heard it's pretty good.
It looks kind of young. Distilled in Indiana.
Okay, there you go.
Nelson Brothers. I saw a cognac cask the other day, but they wanted too much for it.
They're all about $100.
I think it was like 120 for the cognac cask finish. But this was a small city liquor store in Alabama where everything's more expensive. So just the fact that they had it was a miracle. And then, got a little markup on it. It's a decent looking bottle. It's a rye. Typically with ryes, I'll let somebody else tell me whether or not I should try it. Like I'm starting to grow a palate for ryes. But somebody's got to let me know it's good, or I get a sample of it before I go jumping on more bottles of rye. The Benchmark Single Barrel Index here, we've developed this on the trip. We went into a store where single barrel was just like stupidly priced over on Hilton Head. So I just got to check. That is my leading indicator of how the prices are at a place, you know.
There's some backbone. Decade down uncut.
Dude, they sent some bottles. I haven't had that one. They sent some bottles to the house. I'm sure we're going to do something with them because I really like the stuff I got from them.
We tried them in Spillway.
Yeah, you were there when we tried those backbones. Yeah, honestly though, I brought the small samples to Spillway. The best stuff they gave us were the full-size bottles, and I didn't bring those. So you didn't try the best. And it's MGP, but it's like they're doing good stuff with it.
Last bottles of the Hemingway first edition.
I don't know anything about it.
All right, so this is done.
Rye, yeah.
It is a rye.
You're right. You're my rye guy.
I am your right. This is a killer bottle. All right,
Okay.
so this is Papa's Pilar rum. The Call family,
Okay.
they have taken their sherry finished rum and they dump that and they put a blend of 9-year MGP and 4-year Green River that Jacob called distilled, and that's what they came up with this one.
So it's 95.5 MGP
Yeah,
blended with Green River rye.
Green River rye.
How available is this bottle here?
There were, I mean, you might find this is the last two that are on the shelf here.
I'm just thinking, like, I don't know if I want to buy it at the first store.
960 bottles of this total.
All right, I'll tell you something. Fine, I'll take it. Ooh, cash strength. Emerald Giant right there.
Cash strength rye.
Not buying another rye. I got my one rye, my rye allocation right here. I've got the Pipe Dream. I don't think I have the cash strength Lost Monarch. I gotta have that. Sorry. What is this we're trying?
Treaty Oak. Red-handed.
But this is a 13-year, 100% Dickel juice.
Oh, great. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's still a no for me, dog. This is not horrible. None of the George Dickel stuff is horrible, and there are things about it I like. It's just the minerality just takes away from it for me.
It's not the worst thing I've had.
Well, of course, it's not the worst thing I've had. I've had some terrible things, man.
I'd have another pour if somebody poured it.
Okay, if you're just pouring me George Dickel, I'll drink it. I'm not going to complain about it, but I'm also not going to buy it. Appreciate it. Thank you. What's the next door?
Next door. Let's go down south, hit Cool Springs.
Cool Springs. Catch up with y'all there. Little pit stop, little change of plans. We have Daily Spirits here on the way down to Cool Springs, so we're going to stop here first. For this.
So I was telling you about this Papa's Pilar rye
Yeah.
finish. This is their store pick. He's got one open, so let us try one.
Okay, so it is a rye finish.
Rum.
That's more. That is just burnt sugar with a little rye spice on it.
So this rum is the byproduct of aging in those rye barrels from the Hemingway rye.
All right, it's great. You sold me on that. I need to expand my rum collection or selection just a little bit wider. Probably one of my favorite Amburanos, but I use favorite loosely. Like one of the least detestable Amburano finishes. That one was borderline. I might actually go back to it on my own without somebody asking me about it.
Really? Okay.
Borderline. I don't know what that is. Hop flavored whiskey? Come on, man.
When we were at Cathead,
All right.
we kind of snuck off of Gabe, and we were having some pours elsewhere. And he broke out a bottle. It was a
You're
pick
about
of the
to see a
Chardonnay
comeback.
Fly. It's 142 proof, but it was pretty nice.
The top flavored whiskey, man.
Yeah, I know. I understand. But it was pretty nice. I'm not trying to sell you on this one because you're going to open this and be like, oh, why did I look at this?
Yeah, probably.
So we're going to put this back down.
We're not gonna get that crazy. There's the cognac cask right there. Got that going in a previous. Check the price on this at least. $89.
That's not terrible.
So we just saved ourselves $30 if we buy it. Sorry. Trying to be responsible.
Southern Star, High Rye.
High Rye. This is High Rye bourbon. I gotta have one of those for some selfish reasons here. For those that may not know, may not be aware, we're trying to start our own brand. We had a particular small craft distiller. We would rather run small craft distillers than large producers. The ones that are super successful don't have enough inventory at all because they're expanding and they're growing, and the ones that aren't super successful at selling either don't understand the sales process. If their whiskey's good, it's not selling. They've got some lessons to learn and some growth to do, and sometimes they're super attached to their barrels of whiskey, which is understandable. I would be too if I put that source from, or contract distill, or both, right? Like, we want to contract distill until we can get a still up in our own production going, but we also need some aged whiskey to start blending and putting out. And so we're looking at several different distilleries that do some contract distillation, and Southern Distilling happens to be one of them. Never had their high rye, like their Paragon, never had the high rye bourbon, and I'm starting to really get into high rye bourbons. All right,
Next
4 bottles
stop.
deep already, man. I said that we were going to be responsible. I mean, at least these are cheap bottles.
Inexpensive.
They're not cheap, they're inexpensive. Dog's like, what are you drinking that for? Also, well, I appreciate it. Thank you. So for you geography buffs, this is not a geography channel. I know we've gone outside of Nashville. You don't have to point it. Just go ahead and point it out. Let me know. This is not Nashville. Say it right now in the comments. This is not Nashville. Where's this?
Franklin, Cool Springs.
Franklin Cool Springs. They're liquidating the heck out of those. $32. I think I have. I mean, I don't have these picks, but I think I have
Fun's over.
an example of each of those. Copper and cask straight rye. Single barrel selection. Indiana 95.5 at $37.05.
And we'll
Okay, yes,
check the
probably
expiration date on this
a
shit.
great buy. At 70, that's not going to be the Bullet 12.
No, it's not.
I just bought that high rye, and now here it is cheaper. And then there's a double rye. Let's see, we got to do that. That's $32. I'll give it a try. Ooh, got Redline stuff on sale too. What is this? Straight rye, and it's a toasted barrel Redline. The Redline sherry stuff is normally great. I don't know about toasted barrel. Rebel small batch reserve. I have seen one. Didn't really know what they were. Is it still weeded?
Yeah, it's
Bring it on. I ain't scared.
$34 for 110 proof.
Oh,
Don't
dog.
try and fight me on the inside.
Is that a cash strain? But nuts, bottle and bond. Dude, I've still been enjoying that high rye. I did buy a bonded of their bourbon too. Yeah, that high rye is so good. I'm on the second bottle, and if we finish a bottle at the house, it's something, because we don't go back to the same bottle that often to finish anything.
And the Reverend?
Right here, Sour Mash
that's a
whiskey.
newer one. It's out of North Carolina. It's essentially a Tennessee whiskey distilled in North Carolina. Sour mash, goes through the Lincoln County process. It is charcoal filtered.
Way too much text. Like they got a novel, then they just put their logo on it. Preacher, farmer, grocer, distiller. Produced and bottled, though. Who distills it? So we bought one from a small, I can't even remember. I'll have to look at it in the car. We bought one from a small distiller while we were over in North Carolina. They were trying to explain to me it was Sazerac juice, but it said distilled by this. She explained it like it's a live concert venue. And every time a big band comes to play, they do a release with that band's name on it. And it's Sazerac juice, and I was confused, but apparently it's a distillery that maybe has a venue or something. I don't know how it's attached to the music, but it's a small distiller apparently owned by Sazerac, but they make a high rye bourbon, and it's pretty freaking good. Like, surprising. Like, I passed on it at 2 stores before I finally bought it at the third when they explained it to where it made sense. I think it was Live was the name of it, and I forget the name of the distiller. Those are out all the time, usually at the house if I go to the right store, just because people don't pick them up. Like, they just sit around. Those are good stuff right
Refreshed
there.
and
Both
ready
of those
to
turkey
go.
bottles really good. So this Kentucky Spirit right here, for those that don't know, single barrel wild turkey, 101 proof. So it's basically Turkey 101 single barrel. A little Peerless. Dude, I got ripped off in the Louisville video. I didn't even see the video till it went live, but we saw a Peerless. I was trying to get a double oak for Will, and then we were at a grocery store, and it was
That
like
made me feel a little
90-something bucks. And then I went to the distillery, and it was 130. And they were like, "Oh, we'll just buy it at the distillery. It's gotta be cheaper than a no." Nope. And I knew better. I bought stuff from Peerless before. I fell for that thought process, knowing that wasn't the case. I should have remembered, because that's the second time it's happened to me there. So for those that don't know, these were discontinued 3 years ago now? 2 years ago? Had to be 2 years ago. 2 years. It was discontinued 2 years ago. And then somebody said it was never really discontinued. They were just releasing it in Kentucky only. Or Tennessee only, excuse me. Maybe it's still Tennessee only, and there's still some out there, but and that was a fantastic bottle of whiskey for the price. So what was it, 30 bucks or something like that? Back in, 2 years ago, 30, 40 bucks.
I'm not sure I
So
trust
good.
that.
Then they shot up to like $80, $90 when they went out. So they may not be back. The rumor that they're Tennessee only may be true. That may be true.
Okay, so you got the
We
first
should buy
hit.
that. We should call it Irish whiskey, and we should drink it in a video.
I heard a lot of people say this Balvenie Caribbean cask is a good one.
Oh, it is good. I've got one of those. It's probably my favorite scotch, but it doesn't mean I still love it. You know what I'm saying? Like I still, that was actually the first scotch I ever owned. A friend of mine gave it to me.
I need a bottle of it.
I got you. This is for you. I'm gonna buy it for you. This is your gift for giving me to it. I mean, seeing how we've been buying other people's bottles, and you and I get together enough to where that would get expensive. If I bought him bottles every time we got together, we would have to shut the channel down. Thank you. All right, another 8-mile trek here to Vintage.
All hogs in there.
And that big old tall Blue Note special cask finish series.
All the casks.
I'm sure it's good. Just like I know that Boss Hog's good. Not my buddy's good. Is that another 117 proof? Like, this is it right here, folks. 117 proof. Old Dominic cask strength. I have a backup bottle. I have one open. I just bought the bonded. What's this old hickory? Everything's cheap.
It's okay. It's not bad. I mean, they got
No power in your
Some
punch.
Taconic down here, man. Gotta get a little more into it. Maybe try some of the Thunderbird. This is their maple bourbon, which not my thing. This is more their straight bourbon whiskey here. Definitely craft. Takes a little longer to age in New York, but cool to see them getting distribution down this far. There's some more Taconic. This is the Mizunara, and this is the Wheated. I haven't tried their Wheated. We were supposed to be doing a trip to New York, and we were having conversations with them about going up there and doing something. That trip never materialized, or at least hasn't yet. We might do something when we head up the East Coast, but we haven't got that high yet. I'm gonna grab this Wheated though. What do you know about Reservoir?
I don't know much about it.
It's got some age to it. Look at the color on that. That is dark. Handmade single-run small batch whiskey made with only the finest quality grains and yeast. Innovatively aged in time-honored traditions of porter cask for a minimum of 2 years. So
Small barrels?
Small barrels for 2 years. The thing is sometimes the small barrel adds those raisin flavors. It works for me better in ryes than it does bourbons, but I'm just gonna have to try a sample of that before I buy it. Thank you. We'll grab that Taconic Wheated. I think now we're gonna head over to Southern Collective and kind of end our time here in Nashville on that. Never been there before, don't know what it's all about. I think they thief from barrels and do all sorts of stuff. So expecting a good time with that. I'm gonna grab a little bit of bite to eat. We'll catch up with you over there. But Sunday bourbon hunting, usually not great. I mean, obviously, if you're just looking for something that's sitting on a shelf, if you're looking for local stuff, that's fine. That's really, for the most part, what I'm trying to get. But it's not good if you're trying to get in the back rooms, you're trying to get allocated stuff. The trucks don't run on the weekends typically, and the managers are never around if they got something in the back. So if you're trying to build a relationship, if you're trying to get in a back room, not a good day to do that. All right, I was looking for some healthy options, but he wanted to keep a tradition alive because every time I come through and we get together, we have Hattie B's.
That works for me.
All right, so I got grilled tenders. Honestly, when I said they were hot, I didn't know. I thought I want to try a fried one. I didn't know the grilled ones would be hot too. So I tried to order well and just order just plain grilled tenders. Didn't realize anyway, I got greens. These fries are for him, so they came with two sides. I didn't know, I panicked, okay? I panicked, I'm not eating the fries. But let's do a little review here of some Nashville hot chicken. Eddie B's grilled hot chicken. I mean, that's good. I think the fried is gonna be where it's at though. Like, I mean, honestly, that's why you're supposed to get it. We're gonna try this with a little ranch on it here. That's definitely where it's at. And I know this is not the core offering. You should get a half a bird. I've had it before, really good. Didn't review it. Trying to be better here, okay? Did pretty good. I'm gonna eat these grilled tenders real quick. We'll see y'all at Southern Collective. A little update on our way out of here. Order the fried. The grilled, a lot hotter. There's a lot more seasoning on the freaking grilled chicken fingers. It is burning me alive. I can handle the hot fried. I can't take it grilled. Ooh. Man, I'm gonna drink like a gallon of Coke Zero before I get out of here. But just want to make sure I gave that word of advice. All right, let's check out Southern Collective. Hey, TJ. Chris, nice to meet you. TJ.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Good whiskey to get to good people. So they probably 30 to 40 barrels on site.
What the hell is going
And
on?
then up in Kentucky, we age and keep about another 7 days.
So for most folks, what does that mean? They come in and buy a single barrel, like you're thieving bottles for them? Like what does the process look like?
Yep. So we will have a mix of finishes, single barrels, and then if somebody wants to come in and do a blending session, we will pull similar mash bills. Let the interesting characteristics of all single barrels be highlighted in their own personal blend.
I always say, like, when we do the tours, it's build bourbon. Pick whichever barrel you want. Pick whatever color waxes you want in the bottle, what you want to name it. I mean, it's essentially your one-of-one bottle. A lot of people don't get to experience what it is to go on a barrel pick, so that's kind of how we set up the tour. We want you to go through, buy different barrels, see what hits your profile, and then if you decide to get one of those bottles, you can make it your own masterpiece. And this is our entire production facility. So we've got a few barrels on tap. We'll let people pull from. Right behind us. That's actually where we'll go. And we've got the little tanks. We dump the barrel in there, feed it through the hopper. Everything's done by hand. All the labeling's done by hand. All the wax. Can't do right now. She actually writes on them. She's got beautiful handwriting. And she signs the bottom of every bottle.
Now this is the manual filling station here. How are you dumping it into this drum or? Okay.
Free ammo.
There, then it's all gravity fed.
Where the hell did it come from?
Put a bottle in there. And
Just
go.
milk it.
I can only help
So you got some OZ Tyler.
confess.
We do have some OZ Tyler.
Only through acceptance.
So we have a lot of OZ Tyler weeded.
How old?
They're all right at 5.
You want to pull a sample of one?
Absolutely.
So this is OZ Tyler weeded about 5 years old. Got a little weeded funk to it. It's very similar to those OZ Tylers we're pulling out of short barrel. That's a nice barrel of whiskey. I like OZ Tyler.
Probably regret touching me now, don't you?
People getting char in their glasses is always very interesting to see the reaction because like there's not really like anyone who's indifferent.
I like mine
I
without
will walk
seeds.
right
Is this
through
another weeded?
Congratulations. You just
I don't
pissed
get
me
any of
off.
the weeded funk on that one. There it comes a little bit unfinished. The problem is I'm comparing this in my head to the Green River barrel picks, but those are straight bourbon. Those are not wheat. So the wheat's going to be softer.
Try this one and I'll tell you what it is.
Okay. I'm not a user.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's very weird. So it's 8 years old. It's out of Missouri. It's 100% wheat whiskey.
I'll take this.
Ooh, that's got some mildness there. What is that?
So this one, it's another Missouri barrel. It's
Okay.
8 years old. It's 100% rye.
I mean, if we could find 2 barrels of something, they can't both be ryes though. I might be willing to take it. A little more rye, but all the flavors are stronger, brighter.
This is just a blunt instrument.
Yeah,
That
a little
only goes so far.
A little drier. I would take the first barrel, hands down.
Ain't no referee gonna step in.
Sometimes, if they're good. If they're not good, no. So this is by far the most interesting thing we've tried today that's just different than anything else we've ever done. It is port finished, and I don't know if that's for everybody. I know Midwinter Night's Dram is very sought after. It is a rye, but honestly, I could barely tell it's a rye at this point. There's some rye spice. If you would have told me it was a high rye bourbon port finished, I would have believed it. We're gonna get this to the Bruzel Club. It's gonna take a while. They'll be out there sooner or later, but this is by far the most interesting thing we've had here today, and I think y'all are gonna like it. So What do you think we should buy, J-Rock?
I think 167 over there, that 95.5 rye, that's a winner. 100% rye.
100% rye. You think we should 750?
750 that one. Okay. Yeah, I think we get a good yield on that.
All right, we had a great day today. Had a fantastic time in Nashville.
Keep hydrated,
Sundays,
I suppose.
not always the best time to bourbon hunt. I want to try to get allocated stuff.
Never
try to get
look
into
a
the
gift
back
horse
rooms.
in the
But
mouth.
if you're like me and you're just looking for good local stuff, then hunt any day you can. Had a great time here at Southern Collective. Appreciate the folks showing us around. We picked some excellent barrels. I don't know when they'll be available. I don't know when they'll be in the Brutal Club, but they are so freaking delicious. Appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end. Hit me with #BottleKill in the comments down below. We'll catch y'all in the next one.
Life ain't fair, you know? It was up to the folks who really pull the strings. They never get a shot. Putting the #1 contender out of commission. Change that. Time to cash in.
So tomorrow I've got to be in Brandon, Mississippi for the bourbon drop, the allocated drop for Spillway Wine and Spirits. Like I have no idea
like a baby.
what to expect.
Ain't no referee gonna step in. Can you believe that just happened? I shit scarier things than you. Whoever told you you can fight?
It's Saturday morning,
like the
and
damn
we are
spit
here in
bucket.
Brandon, Mississippi at Spillway, and I think we got the word out. Like, this is definitely bigger than it was last year. About this time, there were probably 50 people here, and I would be surprised if there's not 300 here already. You think there's 300 here already?
300 here.
Yeah, at least. It is a madhouse this morning already. Maggie got front row parking right here, though, VIP. That's what happens. When you roll up like a mafia boss, you get the front parking up by the door. We are setting up
so you got
our
the first hit.
ever Infinity Barrel project. So we're gonna have to get that started right now because we need to get those bottles in there. Because if you've been watching the streams, you know we're a little concerned with how long it's gonna take to get the whiskey back out. So we're gonna set that up, get that party started. But first, we've got to get a barrel out of the trunk right here. Jill, you want to do the honors?
Look at there.
There it is, right there. Our Infinity Barrel from Old Soul from yesterday's event. And now we've got to get it out. Yes, big round of applause. Explain to me how this is going to work. Okay.
Rack is an hourly drawing. So it's a raffle for a chance to purchase a thing.
Okay.
Every person that shows up, gets a single ticket. If your ticket gets called, you get an order in the line. If your ticket's called, you get in line. We're going to get enough people in the door. You're going to grab whatever bottle it is you want. You're going to go to the counter. You're going to pay for it. I got some free samples being poured all day for the event. Go get you a sample, pay for your item, get back in line, get another ticket for the next hourly draw. Here we go. It's all the bottles and all the prizes are gone.
Over here. Got a batter out edition there. No, I didn't even get tickets. I ain't gonna get tickets. It's all good. Parker's Rye is so good. Oh, the toasted pecans. A couple of old fits of 10 and an 8.
The full set of blends is at the bottom.
Full set with all the letters, small batch, blends gold, Rock Hill Farms. Like that's a winner right there. 100%. Jack 12, oh yeah.
Have you heard 14 yet?
I don't think it's come out yet, has it? I think it was just approved later. I don't think it's actually hit shelves yet. I could be wrong, but I think all that banter on the internet was just because they sent a label through.
We're going to go start calling some numbers out. We're looking for the last three. First number is going to be drawn. Last three numbers 389.
It's over.
All right, what you going with? What are you thinking? 1924 up there.
Oh, there is a 24. There it is, 1924. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Bland's Gold. Yep, right there. Good call.
Any partners now? Is that a partner? Yes.
Oh, that's such a good buy. Have you tried that one? It's so good. It's like Fruity Pebbles. It's weird. It's a weird Fruity Pebbles.
Never heard a bad thing about it, so can't go wrong.
Enjoy it.
What's going on? What's up, man? I had time to say hey to you today.
Yeah, it's been going pretty good. Everything going as smooth as can be. I know some technical difficulties, but
man, it ain't a bourbon event without some. Last night at Cathead, as I was walking in, this one person passed by me. She's like, I don't care about the big man. I'm here to see Maggie. I just called her over the man to meet Maggie.
More samples over here.
We are. We got the. Let's close down, sir. So this is the Stogie batch we got here.
Tell me about that.
So these crazy guys from up here in Jackson came down and they told me they wanted to do a cigar blend, but not a cigar blend. And so this is 3 different finish whiskeys that we started in a collaboration with. Then we took those 3 different finish whiskeys, blended those, and then put that in Añejo tequila barrels for this final bottle of what you have in here. And the tequila barrels we used were kind of small format. And so it's a batch because they were small, so we had to blend several to get this to where we're at here. And really interesting, very complex, almost borderline too complex. But if you really enjoy whiskey, it's great. You don't have to smoke cigars or stogies or anything to enjoy it. It's just an absolutely fabulous whiskey. It's very long.
Definitely flavor for days.
Yeah.
I always have a little bit different smoking a cigar with it. We were developing it. We did it with or without cigar.
What do you think of this Stogie batch right here?
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, need one of those, don't you?
Absolutely.
What's up, B-Team? I wanted to talk to you for a second because my mornings have got a lot more exciting now that I've discovered the art of craft coffee. The world of whiskey can be overwhelming for a lot of us, but the careful curation of coffee is equally overwhelming. Today's partner, Trade Coffee, takes away a lot of the schedule back, finding the perfect cup of coffee for you. Trade Coffee is a subscription service that works with over 55 roasters nationwide to help you find the best craft coffee. They map your preferences to hundreds of different coffee flavor profiles with roasters they work with. And because they work with roasters nationwide, a lot like when we're bourbon hunting for regionally distributed brands, you have access to coffee otherwise uncommon. The beans that I get from Trade Coffee are roasted when I need them delivered to ensure premium quality in every cup. Now, I've been on the road, so I'm still sipping on this Casa Blend from Sterling Coffee Roasters. And sometimes, when I want a little extra sweetness, I might be known to throw a little bourbon cream in there. And much like we like supporting craft whiskey brands, I love it that Trade works with real people who have made it their life's work to create delicious coffee. I'm even starting to pick up on some of the slight differences between roast styles and aromas. Trade Coffee makes it really easy to adjust my preferences and continuously find new coffees suited to me. Now I know that my morning will start off right. Trade is so confident you'll love your experience, they're offering 30% off your first month. Go to drinktrade.com/Bruzel to try it out. Let's get back to that video.
That's what she said. First one right here. Little wild turkey. It didn't spin. It didn't help it. This is a Bardstown Discovery. Ooh, rare breed. It's okay. We're gonna have Phillies. I'm gonna put a few extra bottles in here. Bigger cash string.
Damage.
It's really mesmerizing to watch them go down. 101. This is the kind of stuff that's going into the blend here.
Guess in about 30 seconds.
This bottom shelf stuff. Colonel E.H. Bruzel over
How
here.
do we know this stuff isn't for you?
Right now in the description of this video, we are posting a link to a doc that has all the bottles that went into this, what we calculate is the final proof of this particular blend. So check that out if you want to know all the stuff. We're not going to show you every bottle that I dump in here, or that would be a 3-hour video. What's up, man? Ooh, what have we got here?
Have you seen that before?
Is this an Opus?
Congratulations. You just pissed
No,
me
I've got
off.
somebody trying to get me one. Somebody's supposed to be working on an Opus for me.
That's allocated in Cigar World. That's
Yeah.
Christmas releases.
Man.
My
Dude,
favorite
thank
blend.
you.
And I figured I'd see you trying cigars if you like it.
I appreciate it.
That's about all I smoke with those. I love them.
So Fuente Opus X right there, which is the man. That's beautiful, man. Thank you. What have you got? That looks red. Ooh, nice. JTS bonded, man. It's a good bottle.
You're about to see a comeback. So it's a struggle to find something else.
Tell Will over there, like, we need a selection, not collection shirt, don't we? We need to have one made for sure. I like that hat.
Now, don't get your feelings hurt, but I brought one of your picks to put in the barrel.
The Ricky Bobby pick.
The Ricky Bobby pick, because I wanted it to have a piece of Bruegel in the barrel. I have a backup.
Okay, well, good, because I don't. I literally don't. I don't have a bag. I have one bottle open, and that's the only one I have of those. Oh, is this cask strength Frey Ranch? Oh, have mercy. That's not going in. I'm taking that home with me. 100 people left in line, and we haven't.
What's even worse is he got it in a raffle. He only paid like $5 and got it basically for free. He's gonna dump it in. But hey, you gotta give the good stuff to get the good stuff. So.
Would I put some Bland's in there? Yeah. I got the honor of this one, yes.
You want some Bland? Who wants to open it? You want to open it, dump it?
What in the world? This one's stuck.
I'm hoping for one shot. Don't
John Wick would be proud.
It's officially a tater barrel now, baby. How's it going? Y'all doing all right over here? TJ.
You gonna let me drive Nagy?
No.
You have been stopped.
My hats, will you sign them later when it's not?
I mean, if you still a hat, I'll sign it. It doesn't really matter to me. Like, as long as you have a hat, I will sign it. This is a George Dickel 12-year decanter bottle right here from the 70s. We're about to sample right here. I'm the one breaking the seal on this 1970s George Dickel decanter. 65.
I suppose.
This is a screw top?
You have to do that and pull the wheel. There you go. You're on. There you go.
1968? 65, sorry. I'm not good with numbers. Look at the color on that. Wow. Did George Dickel always taste like Flintstone vitamins? Doesn't smell like Flintstone vitamins.
Weeds don't belong. Not here, not anywhere.
That's different. Like, a lot of old whiskeys have just kind of a weird note you're never going to get anywhere else. And this has that. Like, I've opened quite a few Stitzel-Weller distillate from the 1960s, and it kind of has a similar kind of dark note. This one's almost like a perfume note, though. It's kind of harshness. I think it may have, I don't know if that's what it tasted like when it was new. But it's not Flintstone vitamins. Tastes just like your grandmother's perfume. Never had anything like it. If George Dickel tasted like that without the kind of harsh perfume note, I'm thinking at this point that whiskey just changes in the bottle. If given enough time, it just changes the flavor in the bottle. Like that. A lot of folks like it doesn't age in the bottle. Apparently that's not true. Either that or whiskey was just very, very different 50 years ago. All right, so what do we have? Davidson Reserve, wheated.
Single barrel.
Oh, it's got a funky wheat.
Yeah, it's got a little funky wheat to it, but.
Ooh, okay. Is that small barrels?
No.
That has like got a ton of barrel impact on that.
Yeah.
Like dark fruits. With the dusty wheat, it kind of works though.
Yeah, it's got a lot of sweetness. It's got like a, I take it to like almost like a strawberry red fruit right there in the middle palate.
Yeah, I mean it hits me more dates raisins a little bit.
Check the
But
expiration date on this shit.
the weeded funk with that, I kind of dig it. It definitely seems like it's small barrels though.
Pennington Distillery up in Nashville.
Nice. Aged at least 4 years. Awesome, man. That's very interesting. Thank you. Our Infinity Barrel sign ended up over there on the dunk tank. That's what that is, the Infinity Barrel dunk tank?
Is that one the one that you were part of the pick with?
Yeah, the Detling they've got here is the pick that they chose. It's not mine. It's the one that they took. I've got two coming for our supporters don't know until they show up, right? Because whiskey just takes forever. Folks like that video, so a lot of folks want to get access to that bottle. But that's him right there, Seth Detling, right over there.
How are you, sir?
Good. How about yourself?
Good to see you.
You having a good time?
Yes, sir.
This is fun.
I did a DJ lookalike.
You got to put on a little weight.
I bet.
Nice to meet you, Ben. Appreciate y'all coming out. This is fun. Oh, dude, you got little plush bottles.
These are our little dog charity that's local. All the money goes to them.
You get your glitches worked out. 740 people?
740 tickets. How's this going over here?
It's going great. I mean, we're slowed down at this point, so we're going to start pumping out. Looks like we might be getting a little seepage. I don't know, that might be old seepage.
Need your lab coat and glasses.
That's what we were just talking about. I forgot my lab coat and stuff. He was telling me to do a Heisenbrusel t-shirt. Lunch right here, one pickle. Pretty good pickle, though.
Tickets. Tip on the phone. The pink tickets. Everybody ready. 210. 210. We got about 2 more miles.
No Rock Hill on this one.
151.
Don't. It's all the same Nashville. Don't be saying LBC is the same as Rock Hill. Okay, well, did you just get benchmarked?
Antique 107.
Yes. We have finished putting all of the bottles in here. It is now noon. We're gonna slosh this around a little bit. We've been doing this a little long. We were hoping to be able to pump it around in here, but we can't get 2 hoses in here to pump it, to circulate it around. So we're just trying to make sure we blend it up as best as we can. Just rock the boat a little bit here, but there's a lot of whiskey in this barrel.
Finally, I make it a
And now
decent
we
share
have
of
to
the
try
prize.
to get it into our 4 dispensers over here, so 4 people
so
can
you got
then
the
be
first hit.
bottling without spilling a lot of it. Because if we have a big accident where we spill a lot, somebody's not getting a bottle, and that's going to be a problem. So now we need the pumping stuff, which I think's in this tote. Right, we're going to fill this one first. You got this one? Hold that, J-Rock, you got that. Y'all ready for this?
You're part of the filter.
Is whiskey coming out? Get the shot, the money shot right there.
I got you.
Refreshed and ready to go.
How do we like transfer it over?
I'll shut it off. I'm gonna shut it off.
Go ahead.
So like,
Yeah, go ahead.
right there. Let it drain. Don't lose any.
Don't lose no taste. There you go.
All right, so we're gonna pump into these 5. We've got people trying to fill bottles. We don't want to overfill the bottles because if we like literally, you're talking about 200 bottles maybe. I don't know how many, but if we lose 200 ounces, that's an awful lot of bottles that are not gonna be here for folks at the end. So we got to be real careful here, and we got to try to make sure we get all the whiskey out of the bottom of this barrel. That's going to be the real trick. We've got this figured out. This system is working as good as could be expected right now, but we've got to try to get to the bottom, and that's where the trick's going to be. So we'll see here in a minute. Could get real hairy. All right, here we go. This is the first sample right here. First sample. Oh, that smells so good. It's sweet, not a ton of oak, a little bit coming through on the finish. All in all, pretty good. 6 out of 10. Pretty good.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. About.
Good job, everybody.
Yep,
It's a good blend.
I'm with the FDA. Is this licensed?
Yeah, of course. Call the Jackson Bureau.
Okay.
Ask for Todd.
Saturdays,
Ask for Todd. Yeah, he approved it. Ooh, the Blantons. Nice.
That was tall, Greg. You dumped the blends in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good blend.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Is that a backflow preventer or something?
That is a filter because you hit a little bit of barrel tar ruin that pump.
That's fancy. That's an upgrade right there.
Yes. We are very technically sophisticated here at Brusel Palooza.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I was like, that kind of tastes like some of the old soul barrels we had yesterday, to be honest with you. Yeah.
The comparison between this and a sample cup and this and a whiskey grill? You got another sample anywhere?
I know, but I've tried it. So pour it in there. Let me see how it is. All right, this is what is this cup?
Whiskey grill.
Whiskey Grail. Definitely a little different, isn't it?
And you got a shot.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah, that's. We'll do some more serious experiments with that for sure, because that's kind of. There might be something to that.
Handmade in Georgia.
811, 811, right here in red and yellow.
Fight's over. That works for me.
Who told me about this?
I don't know. I had nothing to do with that.
The Weller 107. Which one would you do? Tell me.
Before that, I would take the E.H. Taylor small batch or the Weller Antique. If you're going to open them.
I'm going to open them. Pick off the bonus part over there. Weller Antique.
Or the Jack 10, any of those.
I got the 10 and the 12.
Okay, give him the Antique. Yeah, that's a much better bottle to me.
I don't have this.
Okay, if you don't sell the Baccarat, am I taking that one home with me?
I mean, if you got the change, brother, you got the Baccarat.
You can get one of these too now.
That's more like it.
Well, if I were picking off of this, I mean, Toasted Elijah Craig, a lot of folks like, but honestly, that Ben Holiday right there, if you've never had it, it's a fantastic bottle. Huber stuff, Carl T. Huber Starlight stuff, pretty good too. I don't know about their honey barrel finish. I haven't had their wheat though, so I've never had those Starlights, but I like their whiskey in general. So those will be the highlights for me, is those holidays, maybe the Starlight, maybe an Elijah Craig Toast if you haven't had one. That Remus Repeals are really good, but they're a little pricey.
If you want to try, okay. I have a Infinity blend of Rowan Van. I have batches 2 through like 15 or something like that, and I've put.
You got it with you?
Yeah.
Bring it to the tent.
Okay, we'll do. It's an ounce from. I've did it a couple times, but it's an ounce from batch 2 to batch 9.
Plenty. Whoa. I might pour most of it out already.
Okay, so you got the first hit.
That's nice. That's nice. I mean, you definitely get that barrel impact on it, but only man style.
Pull the top 5 tickets. The long baseball tickets up. You know, Drops Bruzel gets a Pecan Batch 1.0.
Let's see if this really is a good deal.
5 shots. If Bruzel goes down, you win.
You're only offering a pecan batch? For putting me in the water? That's all right. Look at these. None of these folks can knock me in the water anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, Cherrywood 2. We got 2 bottles for the first person puts me in the water, but you got to go over there and put Levi in the water first. Benefits a good cause. Stretch. I know. Protect your children. This is going to get ugly. I'm liable to throw it backwards. Okay? Low. Luckily, I can't throw a ball.
I'll kill you slow.
Say that again, only louder.
I didn't realize I had to throw it. If you weren't putting so much weight on the thing, put your feet back up. I would have got you.
Throw it hard, you can get this right down, big man.
Danny the fool! You thought you were going to get away. I saved it for the last one. What is this?
I promise. This is the only bottling bond company in the state of Oklahoma.
So how do you pronounce that?
Hochitown.
Hochimama.
And it's
Hochimama.
It's a Hochitown, 52 month. They asked me to bring you a sample.
So this is mine?
No.
Permission denied.
So this is the sample?
Yes, it is.
This is that. What's in that bottle?
Yes, I
Well, grab the bottle from me.
That is
pretty good.
I thought so.
I mean, it gets really dry and oaky on the finish.
It's 52
Really
months.
dry and oaky.
They usually do 48 months. This one's 52.
Okay. Like, I love it up front. Way too dry on the finish. Like, that thing is, woo. You like it?
No.
Okay.
Come on, Sam. Let us know how you really feel. Well, no. I'm real new to bourbon. Thank you. I started off with the beginner's bourbon list. I really like the Buffalo Trace.
You like the sweet stuff? Yeah, this is far away from that.
I like the sweet stuff on the lower proof end, and this is a little on the high. This is 120. So it's not what I look for.
Well, a lot of small distilleries, when they're getting started, they just over oak it. They get as much oak impact as they can, small barrel stage, heat, whatever they can do to make it age faster so they can get it to market. And it just doesn't make for the best whiskey. But, I mean, they've got potential. They'll figure it out. Like, it takes time to, like, the problem is you put it in the barrel and you don't know you've overdone it until, 5 years from now when it's overdone. My guess is they're using smaller barrels, but it's good distillate.
Yeah.
It just, the barrel got a little too much of it. Where are we putting this? This is going on the Disney Channel?
It is.
This machine was here before all the crazy stuff.
247.
We ever run out of whiskey yet?
Not yet.
Okay, what is this?
Wait, interesting. Yeah.
Is that finished?
Same exact thing. No, not finished.
83.
Try it and I'll tell you what I thought.
It's not bourbon.
183.
What do we have?
Vanilla bean ice cream.
Yeah, it's some sort of sugar, like almost like a sugar moonshine or something that they. Yeah, it's that's artificially flavored, or they can't be bourbon. Does it say bourbon on it?
Weldon Mill Select Bourbon Whiskey, 94 proof.
Like I don't taste any grain on that. It is just vanilla.
North Carolina corn, malted wheat, malted barley.
Interesting. Let me see that bottle.
Aged in small oak barrels.
But still, like that's fine. Like I don't get any of the oak impact on it. So you need big barrels. You need 5 or 6 years. But honestly, that could be some of the best stuff on the market if it was aged that long in a big barrel.
437.
Aged in small oak barrels at least a year.
I mean, it's just so confusing because it doesn't taste like a bourbon at all. So if you aged it in a big barrel for 5 or 6 years to give it a little more bourbon-esque flavor to it, but it had that level of vanilla, dude, these guys are they're gonna be doing good stuff. How are you doing?
Want updates on our barrels?
Yes.
From
I've been to come over there and talk to you.
This is from Clark.
Okay.
Oh, you're a busy man. So we should be shipping out those 4 that we picked
Nice.
in May.
Okay.
The collab, Clark's gonna get with you on that. And bourbon barrels for selection, the one you liked so much. Those will be happening open season in the next couple weeks also.
Ooh, nice. Let me know. How's this event going for you?
This was tremendous. Tremendous. A lot of people saying that they've seen our stuff, love our stuff, introducing it to brand new people. And when it comes to urban events in the South, this might be one of the top ones.
I mean, I haven't seen anything bigger yet.
Bruce, so let me ask
What's up?
you, what's your favorite hot dog topping?
See a smile on my face?
Mustard?
Yes.
Well, that's it. The favorite's one. Like, there's only one in a favorite.
That's it.
Like, you got to ask another question. You can't just sit there and,
No.
was that a pregnant pause? You expect you try to build tension?
That was a test.
Okay.
So if you said ketchup, we would have unsubscribed from your YouTube.
Yeah, because that's nobody. I mean, I will sometimes put ketchup on there, but only, you better be in the video.
I'm the cutest hot dog you've ever met. Listen, Hot Dog Dex here. Come to Macomb, Mississippi. We have great liquor. Sometimes. Just a little bit. Hey, listen here. We don't talk about that, all right? You want to pay $100? Bruzel's the best YouTuber on YouTube. The cutest one. Hottest wife. I wear it around travel. We got it.
People say some of the most awkward things to me. They watch me in bed together.
Sleep like a baby, right?
Sleep like a baby. That's probably a bad thing. Put them to sleep. You hit the pole. If you hit the black thing, it's easier, right?
Yeah, it is.
You went straight for the pole. You went for the hard. All right, Tex, what you got?
Sure feels like another bad on.
Wow, what do you have to say for yourself now?
It is both of them.
Yeah, the missed. You wasn't even close, man. I'm surprised you hit the freaking. It did go to a good cause. And also, that's one less person that's going to be throwing at me in a little bit, which is even better. Oh! See? Did you see that coaching? You see that coaching? We are getting down to close to the end of this event, and it is time for the dunk tank. I've had a little wardrobe change here. Got my shorts on. I'm sure you'll see those here in just a minute. And we are going to see if folks can make me wet.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Not the best way of putting it. Get me in the dunk tank, okay? That's the best way of putting it. I don't know if I'm athletic enough to climb up in this thing, but we're gonna find out. maybe back in the day, but you know, pulling a little more weight up these days. So this thing's weighted down there, right? This doesn't feel very stable. I'm gonna break something.
We're gonna crown you the king of whiskey, brother. The king of whiskey.
I will never do this again. Y'all better enjoy this crap right here. Is all
Let's
I'm
get
telling you.
live.
What if I just call? What if nobody answers? Good time.
Look, a gift horse.
I don't know if I want to do it again. Can we just give everybody a flower now?
Lord have mercy.
I'll be honest. It's a lot scarier before it happens. You know? What are you doing? It's humiliating. Hold on. I got a microphone here. I want to get that looked at.
Nobody just...
Hey, Josh Shucks. All right. No! Listen, this is for Alzheimer's. Let's do it. Come on.
$10.
Dunk the man. I remember my first time throwing a softball.
$10.
Don't matter how you throw it, just hit them. Hey, look, you're just a show off. Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready? Okay, miss it. Hey, come back. I thought you said you were ready. You're the best thing ever happened to Alzheimer's research. Well, bring it. These guys can't hit it. Brains and grits over here. Hey, I don't think you realize how much I weigh. Come on, little Jim. You're gonna have to hit that thing harder today. Keep on trying, man. Oh, you on the edge. Come on now. Our folks too tough heads. We'll try here not to lose our heads. Hey, the grabbing the beans is not a good idea either. If I pull my arm off. Had a little bit of an injury in the dunk tank. The advice to grab the thing at the top of the beam, not good advice, because when you fall, your reaction is to grab the beam, and apparently my momentum downward is more than one of my biceps can take. But we'll be all right. We'll power through it. Everything will be good. We've got Seth Devlin here sold out. He sold everything he brought.
2 hours, all gone.
2 hours all gone. Have you ever done anything like this before?
Not like this, no. Usually this stuff's online or it's in some other format. This is fantastic. These guys do it right. Y'all come on down next year. There'll be more barrel picks, and everyone gets a fair shot, which I love. It's fantastic. You got producers in here signing barrels, signing bottles. They just do a great job here. Sure.
What bottle are you taking home with you?
I got a Baker 7 here.
So good. One of my favorite Jim Beam.
I know, I love it. People think that I drink my own whiskey, but I don't. I drink other people's whiskey. If I drank my own, I would lose the ability to discern.
Yeah.
So I like drinking other people's whiskey, and so we'll take this home and make sure that the wife get a chance to try this, and we'll enjoy it. I'll tell you one thing, TJ. I want to fix no different than nobody else. But when your video went live, and I went to the New Orleans Bourbon Festival, okay, I was with my South Korean distributor, and I was like, hey, let's go upstairs to where all the stuff is. Yeah. I saw the banners up there. We didn't have tickets to none of it. So we just went up there, they had security, we walked right past it. I get swarmed. Okay, I got 20 people on me. Hey, I saw the video on Brisbane, I saw the Brisbane, I saw this, I saw that, I saw this. And so I appreciate it. I mean, it you're exposing what's going on in the industry, in the world, and it really matters, especially like a small little payment operation like ours. You know, you can live and die based on what it goes out. Okay, and so I really appreciate it. Just want you to know that.
I appreciate y'all. You know, it's easy to shine a light on folks that are doing cool stuff, right? I mean, you make great whiskey, you do it right, you're putting in the effort. It's a great story. Bootstrapping business is not easy. It's not an easy thing, and that's what we're trying to do with this channel. I mean, we gotta add some of the tater stuff in. We gotta go after the high-end bottles to draw an audience. But like the whole point is to, can we help folks like yourself? Because that's what whiskey's about.
But I mean, you just saw, like, I don't know who that guy was.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm walking through the streets of New Orleans and I got people yelling at me walking down the sidewalk, like you got reach, bro.
A lot of folks online don't realize, I mean, they see this as allocated whiskey, hard to find drop, but realistically, that's the bait, and all the people that travel in leave with Detling and Crittenden's and all these local bottles that they probably can't get back home, but it introduces so many more people to good local whiskey in and around Mississippi. The big fancy bottles are just a really small part of what an event like this is.
That's so true. And they're able to try it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like you're chasing something you don't know what it is. You come here chasing something, but you have a fair shot to come into the store, 2-3 times probably?
At least, yeah.
So when you make the travel down here to Brandon, Mississippi, of all places, you're going to get 2-3 chances to come to this amazing retail setting. You're going to try things. You're going to meet the people who make it. You may find some things you're really excited about.
I heard today that the Crittenden's Toasted Pecan, which we've been hyping all year, like the last year's release was so good, but the impact of an event like this was the fact that the Crittenden's Toasted Pecan sold out before the Blanton's did almost every time that rack was wheeled out. And there were 40 of those on a rack to maybe 10 Blantons. And those Toasted Pecans sold out. So people who came in here bought something from a small producer before they picked up the hyped up bottle of Blanton. At worst, spring of next year, let's get back together, let's do something. Let's have a big party, big launch party for that rock. Let's get it online in Texas, and then let's do a video, let's talk about that rock.
Well, how are you? Pleasure to meet you guys. I'm running like that. I know you are. Yeah, let's show them that. How the hell did you go from 62 free bottles to Breezel, Infinity, right there? I just got me 62 bottles. So I just got golf in a tank.
That's all your fault. That's your doing. Your fault. You say it. I said I would do it. I'm a man of my word. Well, we had a great time here in Brandon, Mississippi. It's always fun seeing folks that we haven't seen in a little while hanging out. Overall, a successful event. On a scale of 1 to 10, where we at?
7.
Oh man, we just broke like 12, I think.
How are you gonna go bigger next year,
guys? Y'all really got me.
How do you go bigger next year?
It's to get one of those bungee jump things. I think Bruce on the air.
It's not gonna happen, bro. I got hurt in a dunk tank. Well, we're gonna have to figure out how to do it bigger and better next year, but this one is a wrap. We have got the Lincoln all packed up over there. It's time to make our way home. We'll see y'all in the next one.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Yep. Oh man, what's up, baby?
Joe Rogan.
Good to see you, brother.
Dude,
Thanks for having me, man.
My pleasure.
This is a fucking pleasure.
How fun was this weekend, man? It was insane.
It was not since Cher was at the Garden has there been so much pandemonium.
Bro, when Brian Holtz was screaming about Billy
I
Joel.
love you're going right to that because I was like, how long are we going to wait until we talk about Holtzman isolating the room?
Amazing. He was amazing.
He seeing him at the Comedy Store, which we've seen him many times, and then at the Mothership now, seeing him in an arena like that go full on Holtzman is a real treat.
16,000 people, and he went
He
just
opened
like he's
with
in the
fuck
OR.
Billy Joel, yeah. And then he's like, I don't care if you're famous here. It's your daughter. Fuck him. We get it. You play the fucking piano. I mean, yeah, it was wild.
He was amazing.
The surprises on that show. I want to hear from your vantage point real quick. From obviously doing arenas for a while now. A show like that, getting to see you for a moment before you walked out backstage, and then you were just like, it was cool to see you looking at it like, what the fuck, this is
I was blown away. First of all, I have seen Kill Tony evolve from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So I saw some of the earliest episodes in the belly.
Well, you were telling me, Tony came to you and was like, we do my show, and you were just like, yeah, fucking all right, help a buddy out. And then you have no idea what it was.
No, when I first did it, I was like, okay, let's have some fun. I think I first did it, he brought up, I might have first did it at the Ice House. They used to do it at the Ice House in the little room.
Yeah.
So that was probably one of the first ones. And I did a bunch in the belly room, and then it moved to the main room, and then it moved to Texas, and everything shut down. They were trying to do it in the main room for a while with no audience.
Yeah.
They did quite a few episodes with zero audience. It's just a story of persistence and getting.
That's what I keep telling you in conversations. Consistency is so important. It's just Tony just believed in it and also kept finding ways to evolve it. And the more people, you guys coming on, and then like you'd see Saget come on, and like more and more people started to go, oh, something different to fuck around with, right?
Yeah, and he just got better at it too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, he's a wizard at hosting that show.
Yeah.
He's managing all these moving parts. He knows when to bring people in and when to, he knows like how to work the panel. He knows how to like let you go, let somebody else go. It's like, it's a dance, man.
Yeah.
And the dude is the best at it. He's the fucking best at it. So for me, walking out there and seeing that crowd, this is insane. And to see the Black Keys on stage, like this is and Jelly Roll singing New York. Like, what the fuck is happening, man? This is crazy.
Yeah. The pops that everybody got, like all the surprises.
Oh my God, when Joey Diaz went on stage, it was the loudest I've ever heard an audience cheer for any human being ever in my life.
I thought he was going to be so, taken aback by the roar that he was legit going to run for president. because he came out, he was like, you cocksuckers back here, I came to the circus. By the way, he came in so hot and rode that high and got in like 3 or 4 bangers. And I saw Tony Vieira last night, he was like, I need keep me here in bed. And I go, dude, he said something about like, I played here, I was on Quaaludes, they put me in the handicap section, and then I fucking came to the circus. It was a different circus, but there was no net, the clowns fell, he just fucking swept them out of the way.
Bro, he went off.
That was awesome.
He went off. It was classic.
And you've never seen me do Dr. Phil fight live, right?
No, I don't think I have.
How was that?
I think I might have saw it once at the Mothership. How many did you do?
I've done 2. I've only done it on Kill Tony twice, and then I did 2 Phil shows on a Sunday there, but you were not.
Okay, No, so that was the first time I ever saw you do it on stage.
Yeah.
And I know Dr. Phil. Know him well. He's been on the podcast a bunch of times. Good friends with his son.
Yeah.
So,
so what is that like then?
You nail it. It's got to be weird for him. It's got to be weird for him. This guy is doing a comedic version of him. It's like the most popular guest on Kill Tony.
What the fuck, dude? Of all the, I mean, dude.
It's a great guest, dude.
Yeah,
it's a great
man.
guest. And the fucking, that's not the best image because there you can kind of see that you got that thing on your head.
the ball cap.
But you can't tell
That's a
while
good
you're
one,
on
yeah.
stage. It's fucking incredible.
It's wild, right?
It's so funny, dude. You have that character. That character is like.
Well, it's still got the abrasiveness of like talk show Phil, right? Like busting chops. Like that's why it makes sense when I'm doing these roast jokes.
Right.
That you're like, yeah, it doesn't seem. Because even for me, I didn't watch like a whole season of Phil episodes. It was during COVID. My wife and I were just stoned and drunk and watching bullshit, and then we'd see these Phil reruns, and I was just laughing because these kids would come on and they're like, You know, my mom tried to tell me I can't smoke weed. He's like, well, maybe you should shut your fucking little twat mouth. He wouldn't say it, but he would just, in a version, he was just like, well, maybe you need to look in the mirror and see that you aren't exactly perfect. I mean, he just was real abrasive, but in a funny way, and it was it's a funny type of character to do this with because everyone has some difficulties. He's not so known that you're like this wouldn't like. How do I know this isn't who he is? Right.
Right.
And making him. I'm not defaming him either. I'm not there saying silly shit that's like racist or whatever. It's all good. And I think he picked up on it.
Oh, he's a great guy. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's flattered.
Well, his publicists are trying to get him to come on my show, and which would break the internet. Because what I want to do at the store or wherever. Because now we're doing these theater. I'm doing the Beacon in November and the Philly, the Miller Theater in Philly in October.
Just got done the Gramercy.
Just got done the Gramercy, yeah. But all these Phil theater tours is what we're doing now, like theater shows. Wow. We're gonna do the ACL Live here next year, and Majestic, and Celebrity Theater in Arizona.
Pay him?
No. Where's my Phil? Are you still cool with this man right here? Hey, stop. But so when he comes on, I'm like, dude, it'll break the internet because there's the whole intro video, and then talk to Phil, and so I'm thinking instead of me coming out, he walks out, and people just go nuts, and then maybe after 20-30 seconds, I come out, shake hands.
Well, it's also the opportunity for him to shit on you for having the biggest thing of your career, imitating him.
Yeah. Well, that's what he said when he gave me Guest of the Year last year. Yeah, you finally figured out a way to be famous, pretending to be someone other than yourself. Yeah. And you know what though? Isn't it though a great, like, as much as it like is so fun, and I want to say this about Tony too, his openness to go, I am always expanding, not only I want to be involved in exploring, expanding comedy, but the Kill Tony show. For me to go, Tony, I think Phil on Kill Tony would be fun. He's an advice guy. You were giving advice to comics, but for Tony to be like, fuck yeah, let's add more characters.
Oh yeah,
is really awesome.
No, Tony takes a lot of risks, and he likes to fly off the seat of his pants. He likes a little bit of chaos on the show. Like twice, I showed up with people, and I just brought them on stage. One time it was Post Malone, and the other time was Tucker Carlson.
Oh, I saw that. Wait, that was impromptu?
Totally impromptu. They had no idea they were going to do it until they did. When I got there with Post, I was like, you got to come to the club, let's go hang out. We were having just a good time. I fucking love that guy. He's such a nice guy. He's so nice to everybody.
Yeah.
He's nice to everybody at the bar, downstairs, all the staff. He's just so normal. He just hangs with you. He can just hang with you. And so, anyway, we were just hanging out. So, we're like, let's go to the club. And so we get to the club, and Tony was there. I think we went there. Did we go to dinner? Yeah, we went to dinner. And then after dinner, we'll go to Eddie's. So we leave there, and I go, let's go check out the club. And it was Kill Tony. I mean, you gotta see the show today. It's called Kill Tony. It's crazy.
Oh wow, so you're scrolling to the show.
He has no idea what's going on. He has no idea I'm roping him into this. So I don't even have an idea. But Tony sends me his text, come on stage. And I was like, all right, dude. Okay. I go, come on, man, we're going to go on stage. He's like, fuck yeah, really? I go, yeah, come on, let's go on stage. And he just went with it. 100% went with it. Sat down, had a great fucking time, had some funny lines. David Lucas he looked like an unemployed crocodile hunter.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, some of David's lines are so spot on. The joke is just as good as like what did Jeff Ross call David Tell when he came out on night 2 at the Garden? He goes, you look like you run you manage a circus in Bosnia or something? Yeah.
Lucas said that I looked like, because I was wearing that crazy fur coat and the glasses, he goes, you look like my 11th grade teacher did you catch outside of school?
Dude, I called Dave once. I go, all right, Hootie and the Bloated Fish. David, that's another part of the show too, where it's like there's now been so many established parts that people look forward to, which makes the an arena show so exciting for the fans because they're like, wow, I'm gonna see surprises. There's so many elements that are spontaneous, right?
David saying those things was spontaneous in front of 16,000 people and crushing.
Yeah,
he's the best at that. Him and Tony back and forth. I told them they should do a podcast with just David Lucas and Tony talking shit to each other. Because there's compilations on the internet that are like a fucking hour long of just David and Tony just shitting on and laughing while they're shitting on each other.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best lighthearted shitting on people I've ever seen from two wizards at it. Like they're casting spells at each other.
And fearless. But an underlying respect to where, and that's what's really
Friendship.
cool. Yeah, so that there's no personal offense ever taken.
No. They love each other.
Had you ever seen, you've watched, I'm sure, some clips of Shane and I before, like after we did that show at the Mothership?
I saw a lot of clips from that show. Oh my God, that show has like, what is the number up to now? That episode. That's so crazy.
Fucking nuts. Dude, we were in, it was a Friday. Tony calls me. I was doing Kill Tony, but he goes, change of plans, need you to come Sunday. Bring your makeup gal, Shane sticking around doing Trump. And I go, holy shit. So in my head, I'm like, well, this will be fun. You never still know how anything's going to be received, right? But I'm just like, I don't know, man. Shane's as popular and fucking likable and funny as it gets. And he has only done Trump on his sketch show and on SNL. And I feel like I'll be able to figure out a Biden to whatever. But I know that Shane's down to play. So I knew that it was going to be like, we're in the back there, we're in the makeup chairs, and I'm shuffling around, and Shane's like, what are you doing for the face? And I'm like, I kind of got to get the half smile going like that. And then I was shuffling around, and I did the face a few times, and he started laughing. And then at one point, I just looked in the mirror, and he's just going, doing his face, and we locked eyes, and we started laughing. I go, what the fuck are we doing, dude? And then
He's the best Trump of all time.
Yeah.
His Trump is impossible.
Bro, he was so in the pocket, and which is why we made each other break a few times when we did at the Mothership, because it was like, I can't believe we're doing this for 2 hours. I mean, yeah, dude.
It's incredible.
But to run it back in the garden was like, I think the move too.
Oh yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was amazing. The whole thing was amazing.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Do you love?
It's just to me, it's like you're just standing there taking it all in. It's like, what is going on?
And how many people want to come in for Joey to come in, for Harlan to come in? Like Schultz flew in from vacation.
No, he was supposed to be. Yeah, he definitely flew in, but he was supposed to be at the beginning, but there's a bunch of flights that got delayed. He still made it.
But still, what a cool pop. Him coming out mid-show.
Incredible. It was just so fun, man. Just so ultimately fun. Just really just a great celebration. You know, a celebration of the success of the show and of comedy. Just fun, raw comedy.
Totally good. Do you after, all years of doing this, do things like that, I don't know, like mean a little more to like be able to see that, like something like that live, or is it like, does it give you, I don't know, a little more juice for just comedy in general to know that like we're in a cool time where shit like that is possible and happening, I guess?
Dude, we're in an amazing time. It's an amazing time to stand there. If you're funny and you're trying to have fun and just go out there and be silly, people are looking for that right now, man. And they're looking for something that rebels against this mind virus that's telling you how to think and behave. We don't like it. Like, shut the fuck up. You're not compassionate and also controlling. That's not possible.
Yeah.
This fucking scolding, shrill fucking stupidity that you hear from people telling you how you have to think and behave, that these things are not up for debate. These are like existential threats to humanity and